Gems Network.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy EJ, aka Sir Evangeline Joseph, aka The Bully, aka Mr. 10 Feet, aka the biggest gym stepper there is.
It's your boy Wayne, Willmatic Beats, Mr. Free Coast.
Okay.
1/3 of Free Gems Network.
Pop your shit.
I ain't gotta say nothing else.
Hey,
but it ain't even about us today.
Nah, man, we got another voice of the motherfucking city.
Another icon, another legend. Who we got today, man?
Hey, man. CEO.
Big boss.
Philanthropist.
Definitely.
Married man.
Definitely.
Look, happily newly married man.
You see that ring on his finger. You see it. That thing shining.
Hey, man, when I think of a shop, I think of him. I don't think of no barbers. I think of this nigga.
Okay.
When I think of podcast, I think of him.
Thank you, sir.
And us.
And us. But you gotta understand.
You gotta understand,
bro. We're a network.
You gotta understand, though.
It ain't about us, though.
We got motherfucking
Gavo in this motherfucker.
What's going on? Yo.
Mr. Shop Talk with Gavo.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Gavo, Mr. Shop Talk, Big Gavo, whichever you want to call me, but I'm happy to be here on Free Gems. Hey, man, I see y'all boys working, man. You know what I'm saying? I like the intro, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, G.
So, you know, we can, whichever direction y'all boys want to go, you know, I'm here
Listen,
ready.
G, first and foremost,
So,
you know, we know you do a lot in the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a staple.
a staple? That's tough.
You're a staple.
That's tough. It's growing on me.
But I need to know. I mean, I of course I know, and I feel like we know. But where is Gavo from?
Okay. okay. Nah, we gonna.
I want the long version.
Okay,
Fuck all
that. So I am from Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Brownsville. So same neighborhood. A lot of your favorite rappers are from.
Biggie, right?
Indefinite. So yeah. So Jamaican descent. So of course, just so happened both my parents are immigrants from Jamaica.
Okay.
Met in New York. Had me in Brooklyn. We moved from Brooklyn to Maryland. I went from Brooklyn to Jamaica, back to Brooklyn, to Maryland, and then we got to Union City, Georgia, Fulton County in 2003, and that's how I got to Georgia.
So you basically
So
you
as far
grew
as,
up in Atlanta.
yeah. So
area.
as far as Georgia's concerned, I'm from the South Side.
Okay.
South Side, Fulton County, College Park area, Riverdale area, Union City, Fairburn, all of that.
So what brought you to Columbus?
College.
You went to CSU?
I went to Columbus State University. And then I be having to explain that to people because I've been out here for a decent amount of time. I graduated high school 2011. Columbus State was the first school to accept me. I had all my housing and everything done before April of senior year. So I wasn't one of those guys or kids that was trying to be walking around with a question mark over my head on what I was going to do. I was like, okay, they accepted me. Boom, let's do it. I knew college was going to be whatever I made it. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. I never heard of Columbus, Georgia. Never been to Columbus, Georgia. Mind you, I never been past, at this point, I probably never been past Noonan. You know what I'm saying? I never had a reason to go past Noonan. But now I done been up and down, you know what I'm saying, different states and stuff like that. But as far as the state of Georgia, I didn't know Columbus was down here until I came for a tour. And after college, I've been 3 colleges in Columbus. I transferred in and out of Columbus State. Went to Columbus Tech. I got my went back to Columbus State. Got my associates from Georgia Military College. Went back to Columbus State. But I'm a communications major, concentrated in public relations, and got my associate's degree in general studies or whatever. But I got like 2 to 3 more classes for me to finish up my degree. But I had been a full-time student for too long. So I figured it was just time for me to focus on the rest of my life for a second and get my feet grounded and stuff. Because you're a full-time student. You can't make no money for real. You can't really, you know what I'm saying, work a full-time job and be a full-time student for that extended period of time. But I've been living in Columbus since 2012.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, after freshman year, I moved off campus.
So being a communications major, you said you was always you weren't one of those kids who didn't know what they wanted to do. So what is it that you wanted to do?
So, well, I wasn't one of those kids that didn't want to like for it to be a question mark as far as like after high school. I didn't want to still be on the south side after high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, long story short. And I came to college to be a lawyer.
Wow.
I was a political science major when I got to Columbus.
And what made you change from political
I hated the
science?
classes. Hated the classes. Also, it might have been my immaturity at the time too. But I thought it made sense to me to be a political science major to pursue a law degree when really I could have pursued any degree to go to law school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had spent a year and a half as a poli-sci major, and then I transferred, and then I changed majors to communications. And then I chose the public relations track because of it's an umbrella. So with the PR track, it's all different types of stuff. But I just like being able to be handsy. You know what I'm saying? Like being handy, or I should say. But it's like I didn't like being on the radio, broadcasting. That wasn't like
The dream.
that wasn't my thought process.
Right.
That wasn't my thought process.
So, who? Let's go into podcasting.
Podcasting. Okay, we can start there.
What made you want to go into podcasting, and who inspired you?
Okay. While studying communications, the only person I knew that had a podcast or that like the first time it appeared to me was this one of my homegirls, Shaquelle. So Shaquelle was the manager for D30 Radio once upon a time, but she also was an intern during her time at CSU. Me and Shaquelle took a few different communication classes together and whatnot, but that's where I first just knew that it existed. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see. I kept seeing the promotion for creating one with D30 Radio, and basically I'm like, all right, I know I want to do at this point at that stage in the game. This is 2017. I had went all the way left. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of things I didn't need to be doing,
Right.
and just not like you just aimlessly working. I'm selling car parts at Advanced Auto Parts. I'm a key holder for Advanced Auto Parts. I worked for Advanced Auto Parts for 4 years in Columbus. I've opened and closed every store in the city.
That's wild.
So I went all the way left, and then I just jumped. So at one point I had a blog. You can still Google it. Gavo's Got the Goods. I had a blog that was a class project, and basically I wanted to start public speaking, but I figured if I wanted to start a public speaking career, I might as well start a podcast. And then that's really what it is. I wanted to jumpstart the public speaking career, and I created Shop Talk with Gavo. So
That's hard. So as far as public speaking, like who were you looking towards? Like were you like looking towards people like E.T. in them?
for sure, E.T. I've been on E.T. since 2014. I've been on E.T. since 2014. E.T. brought me through a lot of confusing times for me. A lot of times where I'm bumping my head, you know what I'm saying? And it's like stuff wasn't clicking, you know what I'm saying? But people like E.T., it's a few Gary Vee's not necessarily a public speaker, but I leaned a lot on motivational speakers and stuff like that, but I didn't necessarily want to be a motivational speaker.
Right.
But it's like, and I've been heard. I've heard in different podcasts like, bro, you should do this. You should, But it's like, what I thought or think comes with it. It didn't feel like it was me. But yeah, I wanted to get into public speaking, and I figured I was like, okay, for me to create a show, I gotta where am I most comfortable? The barbershop. Shop Talk with Gavo. So do you know why it's called Shop Talk?
Why?
So I want to put you in the barbershop sense and the hair salon sense, so it's open and welcoming for men and women.
Right.
And then when you enter into these places, there's no telling what you'll talk about.
Right.
And so that's it. So that gave me the scope to talk about whatever, have anybody on my show, and there was no box, there's no ceiling.
Right.
So that's Shop Talk with Gavo. It's an imaginary. I'm the shop. It's an imaginary shop. It's in your head. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? So it's a comfort level.
Yeah, it's an experience. Like, and I remember how you played on it. You had a commercial.
Yeah. We can talk. Yeah, so if you want to talk about some old stuff, I mean, so okay. Well, I ain't gonna say. Let me ask y'all a question because I'm on y'all show, right? But for promotional wise, it's like, damn, how am I gonna promote? Oh, can I curse?
No, go ahead.
All right. So it's like, damn, how the fuck am I gonna promote a podcast? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I figured I make commercials, which were skits, and skits was something that a lot of people were starting to do. But I did them. I would create a skit. It'd be funny, and I kept it. I kept the stuff funny, depending on no matter what the topic was. But I always would drop it the Sunday, like at least 24 hours before. Mm-hmm. So you know what to expect coming in, and that's how I built a lot of my first notoriety. I did a lot. So with podcasting, it's a lot of trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of trial and error, and yeah, I definitely did a lot of skits. And I stopped doing them just because it's a lot. It became a lot to be dealing with so many moving pieces, and I just was like, all right, let me just focus on the content. But I'm definitely gonna get back in my skit bag soon enough.
Right. What are some of the lessons that you learned on your journey, just starting the podcast up into where you are now?
So, understanding it's not for everybody. When I first started podcasting, I mean, I didn't have an idea of a general audience, right? I was trying to fill it out, but I felt like it's a show for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, this episode, that episode, these first 4 episodes might not be for you, but that fifth one, I care about you caring about that fifth one. Mm-hmm. You don't have to give a damn about the other 5, 6. Right. But if you like that one, okay, bet. Then you know what I'm saying, we can connect. But some of the lessons, man, paying your Wi-Fi bill, paying your electricity, making sure your mic, a lot of technical stuff.
Because you was doing it at your home. Yeah.
And I did Shop Talk with Gavo in a few different places. I've done it at my house. I started Shop Talk with Gavo in a smoke room. I mean, I had a 4-bedroom house with some of my homeboys, and we did it. It was like a side living room, but we called it our smoke room. I sat at the high table, laptop, and I didn't do no visuals for the first 6 months, just skits. But you couldn't watch it. You couldn't watch Shop Talk with Gavo live.
Why was that?
I didn't feel comfortable doing it yet, but I wanted to drive people to the platform. I needed you to know where to listen, so it's like, yes, I want you to watch. I want you to be able to see me, but the podcast is like, I need you to know where to hear me. You know what I'm saying? And that was the scope. It's like, okay, I got however many views on Facebook, but that don't help my link. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If don't nobody know where to go with my link, or so you'll see a lot of different stuff that's only Instagram based, that's only Facebook based, that's only, you know what I'm saying? You'll see a lot of different stuff like that, and it, so sometimes people play with the word podcast and not necessarily know, like, you got to have audio. You have to have the audio link for me to go to listen to your show.
Right.
That's a podcast.
Absolutely.
So sometimes people miss some other pieces to the puzzle, but it's a lot, bro. It's a lot of lessons, man. It's a lot. Okay, one lesson I learned the hard way. In my first year, I didn't charge anybody for promotional interviews. Right now, I'd invite people to be guests, and you know what I'm saying, if depending on the topic, I'm not opposed to having guests, but if you're looking to do like a just flat out promotional interview, that's where my PR bag comes in. And that's when, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's when it's a service. That's when I'm providing a service. Mm-hmm. But when I was doing free interviews, because I did free interviews for a long time, a very long time. You'll promote people out. You'll promote the show for a whole week. Motherfuckers vanish. You'll have everything set up. People not testing back, but for people spending their money, they gonna show up. They gonna follow through. Mm-hmm. It's a lot less questions with that. But I got burned a lot of times trying to get people not understanding the bigger picture, and I'm sure you've probably experienced that in some cases. People not understanding like the scope of coming on this show, or the scope of, you know what I'm saying, doing this is as big as you want it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can be as big as you want it to be, but if you can only see this big, you're not gonna see the value in it.
Right.
And then that's where I basically had to learn. It's like, all right, it's not gonna be for everybody, and then some people just not gonna get it. And you know, even if it could be an opportunity, like, okay, one person I was trying to have on my show at the time was blown up as an Instagram comedian, what may have you, right? Mm-hmm. I promoted it, I knew not to promote it until we was like set to go, right? Because I didn't had a incident prior to that, didn't show up, what may have you, and bro vanished at the last minute. It's somebody I knew from high school, and then he later on, you know what I'm saying, fell off on the Instagram comedy sector. So I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he didn't believe in himself enough at the time to want to promote himself in that fashion. You know, but
so when people would come to your show, before they would come, you would promote it.
Yeah, I would. It's scheduled. I need pictures. I need, you know, I'm pushing you for a whole week. So that's where the service comes in at. I'm pushing whatever you got going on. You do Instagram skits, you rap, you sing, you got a book, you sell cookies, you sell t-shirts. It's all on my shit. I'm on it. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I had to learn that I can't promote stuff too early if people are gonna back out, or sometimes people just vanish. You know what I'm saying? And like, don't text back, or you know how many times people. Okay, one lesson that I learned: I don't do promotional interviews I don't book promotional interviews without a deposit. After I can't talk about a date until I get a deposit. Mm-hmm. And my deposit, I can talk like it's $25. I've been doing promotional interviews for $75. You know what I'm saying? And at least $25 for me to book a date, and then you can pay whole, or you can pay me when you show up.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, with that it comes with a plethora of different things. But I've talked about dates with, I can probably point out 10 different business owners that have approached me about trying to do a show or whatever the case may be, but didn't follow through. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So does that, you love doing what you do? Like, you love podcasting?
Yes, I love broadcasting. Yes.
Because of course, you know, you're not just into podcasting anymore. You're on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But while you was podcasting,
mm-hmm.
with them flaking and you getting your bumps and your bruises,
mm-hmm.
did you fall out of love for it?
I didn't fall out of love with I didn't fall out of love, but I knew at some point I lost my step with shop talk. At some point, it wasn't only it just wasn't completely shop talk. It was just promotional interviews that I was doing. Like, I wasn't doing shop talk is my content. Mm-hmm. Coming on the show, and you know, and we create an experience, cool. But I had stopped creating content for a while, and I only made time to do promotional interviews. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I have to get back to just podcasting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where you know, I have a few different. That's why I had to get back into just Dolo, me, and Gumbo can tell you it was a while before I was like, you know, damn, Gumbo, when was the last time I did a show by myself? So that I never fell out of love with it. I never fell out of love, but with podcasting, you have to understand. Some people run away from it because they scared. People scared of commitment, and you only gonna get what you put. You only gonna get out what you put in. But with podcasting, man, it's yours. Like, if you don't like the topic, don't talk about it. It's yours. Nobody, and that's why. Okay, so I'm with D30 Radio, right? Mm-hmm. So I joined D30 Radio as a podcaster. How did
that come about?
Through Shaquille. Shaquille was promoting the opportunity to start for people to start their own podcast. I inquired. It was an investment of $50 at the time, right? I would pay $50 a month to broadcast on the platform. Mm-hmm. And with that, I got training on how to podcast, how to work the system that we use, which is Speaker Studio. And then it's basically, it's like having a support system and having a family. Mm-hmm. Just if you're new to it and you need, and you want something to lean on, or saying you want to it's like a house, right? D30 Radio is like a house, but it's only for bosses, because you're gonna be able to do what you want. You're gonna have total creative control, but you have to be able to fly on your own. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to fly on your own. So when I first started, we were only on Speaker Radio. We're only on Speaker Radio, and now we're on Speaker Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio Media, podcast app, Podchaser, Listen Notes, Deezer. Mm-hmm. Like, if you so I would definitely suggest, if you type in Shop Talk with Gavo, you can see the scope of how many different platforms that I'm on. Mm-hmm. And the different platforms that basically I have access to with D30 Radio. And so now with D30 Radio, I'm not just a podcaster anymore. I'm the manager of the platform.
Right.
So now I'm responsible for dealing with, right now I have 6 other active shows. Mm-hmm. Besides my own.
So, like, you produce them, or you're just like overseer?
So it just depends, because when I came in the middle of a term, so some people were already on the platform, but I do also help create shows. So I'm basically, I can bring you on, I can train you on how to podcast, how to create content, how to form your content, and I can also help with promotional material, and different stuff like that. But it's also somebody to help you be at least hold you responsible. Mm-hmm. But it's not to where it's like, oh, you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, or nobody. It's not, nobody works for me. Nobody. I'm a crutch. I'm a support system. Mm-hmm. I'm your backbone for your show. So people, well, hey, do you like this title? Do you think I should ask this question or that question? Then I'll be like, well, say something about this first, stir the pot, come back later in 2 hours, do this. You know what I'm saying? I got one of my new podcasters, Nia, Evolve with Nia. Her show launches tomorrow. And she took one of my ideas, an idea that I did when I first started out. Okay, you want people to know, and then mind you, I'm in Columbus. I'm out of towner. I didn't go to school with nobody besides college. So how else would you know me without me creating a video telling you who I am? Mm-hmm. So I did a who is Gavo video. Got 10, 12 different people in different pockets talking about who Gavo is. You know what I'm saying? And the answer to the question depends on who you ask. So with that, she took that idea, she put her own spin on it, has her husband, her children, and different stuff like that. But is the video's doing good, but that's what I'm here. That's basically what I'm here facilitating. And as manager, I take a lot of stuff off of Kirsten King's plate. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kirsten King, that's the CEO. She owns the platform, and I basically, you know what I'm saying, oversee it because she got a lot on her plate and what may have you. So I just basically climbed up the ranks. So now, instead of just paying my broadcast fee, of course, I get a little piece of the pie. But it's like I'm about the content creation. Yeah. Like I want. See, podcasting is niche, right? It's niche based. So first thing I do with people is just get everybody out of your head.
Right.
90% of the people that like my show, support me, don't even know. They don't even know me from a can of paint. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know it's genuine. But I got friends I've known all my life. You know what I'm saying? Probably ain't never clicked the link, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand what that is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the difference in that. But podcasting is niche based, so I'm looking for, if anybody, you know what I'm saying, you know, well, I ain't gonna get on here, you know what I'm saying?
No.
So I
told you.
Yeah, I got you.
Pop your shit.
I got you. One thing that I'm really looking for right now is somebody brave enough to start a sports podcast and be high energy with it. Because people will get together and do sports podcasts, and then shit either be boring or it's not entertaining. And you can't tell me nothing that you personally watch that's sports related is not entertaining.
Right.
So, as far as the podcast world, you've been in it for a while. Is there a competitiveness to you?
So in my brain, I'm like 50 Cent is my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll talk like no, it's no, bro. Bro, I'm one of those. I'll do something or like
it's a New York thing.
Yeah, bro. I'll do something and I'm like, man, niggas is gonna be sick when they see this. Yeah. But it's like, I mean, I'm not talking about nobody specific, but I was like, and then being sick is like, you know, damn, that's dope, or you know what I'm saying, damn, this nigga he doing something else, or you know what I'm saying. But I don't see a competitiveness with it because it's everybody's in their own lane.
Correct.
Everybody's in their own lane, and that's why I have no problem supporting the next podcast. Like, if somebody listens to my show for 25 minutes, am I supposed to be upset at the rest of the 23 hours and 40 minutes they have in their day to listen to your show or whoever else's show?
Absolutely not.
So no, it can be, because now mind you, I've been doing this for a while, but it's still a whole lot more ground to cover. You know what I'm saying? And it's still a whole lot more work that can be put in, as far as I want a wider scope. Like I have a wide scope, but I need a grander scope, and I need to put more energy into my promotion like I used to.
Right. What all cities have you done media in, or some form of media? And what are some of the key differences?
From city to city?
Right. Or maybe I should say state to state.
State to state. I don't think I've done anything outside of the state of Georgia. Let me think. I've created stuff. Actually, yeah, okay. I've done Shop Talk in Jamaica. I'm Jamaican, so I did an episode with my family during around the time we buried my grandmother. That was pretty cool. It was pre-recorded, but you had to work out some different kinks, like not your own, not the space you're used to, not the space you have control over, right? So we in the midst of recording, and I have to bite the bullet on Auntie yelling through the house. Right. I have to bite the bullet. You know what I'm saying? And with that, that's why thankfully we have the internet, so it's like with me, I pre-recorded that episode, posted it, uploaded it, and people thought it was live. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the side of a mountain, going on the way up the countryside, and my show's airing and whatnot. So that was pretty. I love technology because of what kind of range we can reach, and people not even know. You know what I'm saying? It's all looks, and that's the majority of Hollywood type stuff. City to city, I've hosted events in Manchester. I've hosted events in Atlanta.
Have you done shot talk in New York?
No, I haven't done Shop Talk in New York. I was in a different it's been a minute since I've been to New York since COVID. Mm-hmm. Last time I was in New York for 10 days and I was working. So that's on a different note, just like with family business and stuff with my dad. My dad owns a laundromat, shoe shop, and a few different things. I got to come out there, man, make sure stuff don't go astray while he gone. But no, I haven't, but I want to, and I know I can. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain stuff is like the option is there, and people used to be like, "Why you don't be in barbershops or why you don't da 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 da?" For one, getting into people's businesses is not as easy as people think it is, and if I'm gonna cause this business to lose money for however much time, because they could be cutting heads, you know what I'm saying? That's bad for their business,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's also with comfort level and creating relationships. The first time I aired it, I did a show in a barbershop. I did it at Overflow, and then I've done hair salon, I did a hair salon grand opening and some stuff like that. I've done I used to do a lot of street interviews too, outside of events and stuff. So that was like, it wasn't podcasting, but that was just
media.
More into the media bag. So I've done stuff at like the Tri-City Hip Hop Awards, outside of Sound Factory. I've done So I definitely did do a lot of street interviews and stuff like that. So and that's content that I put on my YouTube channel. I just don't promote my YouTube channel as much yet because I just want it to be a busload of content, and you can just watch whatever you want for days. That's how I'm looking at it. Like I really want it to be too much content.
Okay.
I really like too much content because I got videos from Gumbo in my email damn near from a year ago. Still ain't uploaded. I'm sorry, Gumbo. It still ain't uploaded.
I have stuff from Gumbo too that is fire and timeless, and he's part of it too. No, I'm popping my shit. Because
go ahead.
It is, and when I do drop it, I always say like it's gonna be the timing is gonna be perfect, but it ain't about me. I just wanted to show you that comment.
Trust me, I get it.
Well, another thing that you do, you was into like branding. Mm-hmm. And marketing and bringing people aboard. Tell us about that. Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so that more so is coming from education. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was Gavin Enterprise.
It's Gavin Henry Enterprises. So with Gavin Henry Enterprises, that basically put my services under a house. You know what I'm saying? So where it wasn't just like, oh, I can't call me hosting your event Shop Talk with Gavo. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying Shop Talk with Gavo. You're paying Gavin Henry Enterprises. Or like when you book me, somebody books me to come host an event, or you booking me to do to market your event. You know what I'm saying? You'll be amazed what people pay you to post a flyer. You know what I'm saying? The public relations, I love the public relations because it's a big umbrella, and I don't like closed doors. I like options. I get bored easily, so I need to be able to, bounce around, do a few different things. So that's primarily what Gavin Henry Enterprises is for, is my PR services. And I basically, I'm honing in on just a select few services for this specific year. Instead of, so if you offer everything, yes, I'm able to do this, that, and the third. But if I stick to, if I hone in on 3 things, and I can capitalize on just these 3 things instead of me having 5 things and I only get booked for 1 thing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But Gavin Henry Enterprises LLC is still a fully functional LLC, and that's basically, if I'm doing anything on a personal note, that's in what fashion I'm doing it. Get with GH LLC.
How does Gavin value himself?
How does Gavin value himself?
Mm-hmm.
In what manner? Like
as a PR person and a media person, and you're you're giving out your services. And
So and so with that, I value my thought process. I value what I know, but I know I value experience more. Right, so I know there's a lot of things that still need to either get done, or you need I'll do an interview. You can do, and people won't ask you about anything till they see you do it already. Even you can promote it. I can promote 20 times in one day. Book an interview. As soon as I get done with a live interview, I'm getting hit up. That's the only time. That's when I start getting hit up. It's after they see it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like $1 million nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I'm striving to be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a very humble person. I don't let too much of my personal antics get out for real, because you got to protect the brand and shit like that. Like you might never see me curse on social media. You might not, like, I be wishing I could joke like some of y'all on social media. I could, but I don't. So like, okay, with certain scopes, I do. And you spoke on philanthropy. I've mentored in every predominantly black high school in the city of Columbus. I've been in every predominantly black high school in the city of Columbus at least over 5-6 times. And that's from being at Columbus State. I was past president of Collegiate 100, past executive director of Collegiate 100. We was in these high schools, and I still go back to different schools and mentor. But it's like, if I want this elementary school to book me or to have me come in their school do this, they can't see this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even like, oh, I don't feel like I'm being controlled, or I don't feel like that. I just know what I'm only gonna let you see what I want you to see. You know what I'm saying? But I might, and the homies can tell you, I can probably out smoke some of these niggas, and I can probably drink some of these niggas under the table. Yeah. But you ain't gonna. You're
not gonna know that.
You're not gonna know that unless you actually been with me. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to make sure, and I don't say I care a lot about what people think, but I care about what I show.
You have a brand.
Yeah, I care about what I show.
You have a brand, and you stand for, that brand, and like anything that penetrates that, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for an example,
talk to me.
My wife, and I spoke about this on last episode. Okay. My wife she asked me all the time, why you cuss so much on your podcast or your show? And I tell her,
that's why I'm cussing like this, because I don't cuss on my shit.
Oh, my nigga, like, listen. Let them F-bombs fly. Okay, bet. But nah, she asked me that because, and I told her, this is my show. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, this is ours.
Right. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have to be myself, I allow.
You gotta be comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? And this is me and no knock to you when I say I, like I said the other day, earlier today. Like, when we allow people to come on this show, we allow them to be themselves. If you cuss, my nigga, cuss. If you smoke, and that's a big thing to you, and whatever, let's talk about gas or whatever. You drink, whatever. I want you to be you. So if we're allowing you to be yourself, right, I need for the world to see me being me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our brand. Like, what we promote here at Free Gems, well, one of the things that we promote is to be yourself. Right. So if and be the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when you see me on promotional videos and I'm cussing or I'm being funny or whatever, that's me in real life.
Right.
Real life you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, like, you see what you get.
Yeah.
Like, now, when we've been offered a few times to be on shows. We have on other people's shows. We haven't scheduled any yet. But when I get on somebody else's show, I'll respect you, and I probably won't curse. You know what I'm saying? But when we under this roof, and I say roof metaphorically,
right?
You know what I'm saying? When we under here, I'm gonna be me, my nigga. You not going to your grandma's house and she smoking cigarettes in the house. You ain't telling her. You ain't asking her. I'm not like checking my wife.
Right? No, no. Trust me, I got you.
Like,
I got
you. Know what I'm saying? You ain't checking her. So you need to just be yourself, dog.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll let you know from jump, like, your lady's definitely gonna want to be involved, right? She's gonna want to be involved and support you,
right?
You know what I'm saying? For me, I started Shot Talk with Gavo, and then I was single at the time when I started it. You know what I'm saying? Did my whatever ripping and running, whoop the whoop. But I knew I was like, I don't know what flipped in my head, man. January 2018, but as I was doing it and as I was going, I'm like, all right, I need to, like, I can't keep going at the rate that I'm going and do this and, like, you know what I'm saying, have whoever thinking they could be possibly tied to me. Yeah, thinking brand wise and woo, and you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have a bunch of folks in your fan club, you know what I'm saying, but they imaginary fans, you know what I'm saying. So 3 months in, I got with my girl, and you know what I'm saying, who's now my wife. Shout out to Nicole. But it took me a while to let her in my house, like my Shop Talk house. So, you know, having complete and total control. Now I'll hear her out, and she get, you know, she'll point out when I'm moving too much in a chair, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, different little quirky stuff that I'm not gonna think about, or it's half the time I might not care, but it could be distracting to somebody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. So I get that question, and it's a valid question, but you at the same time is like, some people don't be understanding the freedom in this,
bro. Right. Just as a CEO, you know what I'm saying, like, or a co-CEO, or just owning a brand, like, we own this brand. You know what I'm saying, like,
it's empowering,
right? So it's like what Bo wants to do, or what Will wants to do, or what I want to do, what you want to do with Shop Talk. You know, it's a, like you said, it's a freedom thing. Can't nobody take that from you.
Right.
I want to change the subject a little bit.
All right, let's switch gears. Talk to him.
How was the transition from podcasting to radio?
Different. It's very different. And the part we just left off of with podcasting is what makes it so different. Shop Talk with Gavo, the podcast, that's me. That's all me. I answer to no one. I don't ask a question about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want, say what I want, play what I want. On radio, one, I have to learn first thing was learning how to work the board. You know what I'm saying? It's you maneuvering on the laptop, you know, normally with the podcast, but I have to work a whole board. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know how to turn the mic on, answer phone calls, record phone calls. It was very different, and then at first I questioned a lot of stuff, because now I know in this situation I'm an employee. You know what I'm saying? Of course I support the brand, and I love the access it's gonna give. I love the access it gives me. I'm now, don't get me wrong now, but I'm pointing out what the difference is that I may have they may have something that I have to. It might be something I have to say at exactly 6:18. You know what I'm saying? It might be a spot, a commercial, or whatever, something that needs to be read in an event. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the primary difference. In learning programming, like, I can tell you how radio is supposed to sound. We can turn on the radio right now. It's 10:07. You can turn to any station right now, and about 10:15, 10:16, it's gonna be they're gonna get on the mic, talk, and there's gonna be commercials. And then probably back around 10:45, 47, Might even be 10:50 at the bottom of the hour. You'll hear a commercial break. Well, yeah, you'll hear a commercial break and some more commercials. So, yeah, so like understanding the programming, and radio is harder than podcasting for sure. I think it's a harder industry simply because it's it's mainstream radio. So half of it, 90%, 100% of it's already been here. It's not as new as podcasting is, and it's not as self-taught or independent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I love the access. The radio station has definitely helped give me opportunities to do more philanthropy work, passing out toys, passing out school supplies, passing out food. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love the people, bro. I am definitely that's me. So I make all those events, but it was very different. It was like very different. Talk to me.
Being an on-air personality, your voice can be misconstrued. How do you deal with that?
I pick my topics. Wisely on because trust me, it's times where you just want to say how you feel, and you can do that. Now don't get me wrong. There's no like glove over my mic, or there's nobody tugging on me like, hey, don't say this or whatever the space is. But with broadcast media, there's already rules and regulations with the words I can say. But like with politics, I can't pick a side verbally. You know what I'm saying? Not while I'm on air, or not while, you know what I'm saying? I can't specifically endorse this specific person. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be in that middle line. But I think about it all the time. But I mean, I had got a good scope on like how to gauge what to say and when, to where I'm not ruffling everybody's feathers. I try to be real neutral with stuff. And the thing with me is I'm willing to hear any side. You know what I'm saying? So with my show on the radio, it's a lot more interactive. So with Shop Talk the podcast, you can probably comment on Facebook, whoop de whoop, but on the radio, you can call in and tell me how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And I always, phone lines is open, whoop de whoop. But I try to be real mindful. You have to be really, you got to like really be thinking. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be talking just to talk. But yeah, you can't just be talking just to talk.
Did it take you a long time to get used to your voice? Hearing it?
Yes. I'm still working on making my voice as consistent as I want. I want my voice to sound the same with the same energy. Like every time I crack the mic. So like right now, if you ask, like I might tell my program director or my music director, you know what I'm saying, I'm just playing fundamental ball right now. I'm just trying to make sure I know what I'm doing, but I'm working. But I'm used to it now. Excuse me, like the sound of it. But I'm now more so paying attention to what I say and how I say it. How fast was the break? Was my energy high? Did I say everything? Did I just over talk? Because you can say a lot of words that don't need to be said. You know what I'm saying? And some they want, one thing in radio is trim the fat. You know what I'm saying? Get in and get out. Say what you gotta say and end it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just a talking segment, which aren't many of. But like normal radio, see, like the Breakfast Club, that's a morning show where you have to talk like that. You have to do that amount of talking. You're not gonna do the Breakfast Club. They can't put the Breakfast Club and put the lunch table. Nobody's listening to that from 3 to 7. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't put the Breakfast Club for the club turn up from 7 to 12. It's not gonna work.
Being that you did the podcast on your own, you have your own show on radio. How is it being by yourself and hosting? Like, do you think that it's harder to do it solo? I mean, easier to do it solo, or
You talking
harder to
about
do it?
hosting what?
Hosting radio. I mean, hosting. Period. Like as far as like your shows.
Tell me the question again.
Is it okay? Like for an example, it's me and Will. Like I'm sure he can do this on his own.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this on my own. But it's much easier.
You don't know for sure. It's, to be honest with you, I get nervous before every show. I get nervous, and I think that's what keeps me human. You know what I'm saying? And me in the back of my brain knowing I'm still working. Like I trust me. By no means am I the greatest in any facet of what I'm doing right now, because it's motherfuckers all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for where I'm at.
Right.
Happy, proud, ecstatic, but it's so much more room. But I still get nervous before every show. But doing it by myself, so okay. What kind of conversation did you all have to form where y'all at right now? So my issue with why it's Shop Talk with Gavo, or why it's Shop Talk with Gavo is because I didn't have anybody I could look to that I felt like would represent the brand how I wanted to represent. You know what I'm saying? And that was just where I was at in life at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I gotta worry about what this next nigga's gonna do. I gotta worry about what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So and then it's like, if it Shop Talk in so it's not Shop Talk with friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So. And that's just where I was at the time. I'm definitely more comfortable by myself, for sure. But it's a whole lot more. It'd be a whole lot more fun with a co-host, for sure. It's a whole lot, like when people were in passing, like at the radio station. I do my show 6 to 9 every Sunday before Lover's Lane. So Eddie Kane will come in around 8:30 or so. And he'll chime in on my last break. So my last break, I do Word to the Wise during that last hour, and I'm giving, you could consider it free gems. You know what I'm saying? But I give some type of word that's like something inspirational, something to think about, and we'll go back and forth on it. Or you know what I'm saying, he'll say something messy or whatever the case is, but it definitely be more fun, or so it get like that in certain spaces. It's definitely more fun with other people, but could be easier, but it's a lot more fun with dealing with other personalities.
All right. What's one thing you wish you had known when you started your career?
That I wish.
Podcasting and radio.
Okay, let's see. Let me think hard about that. When I started the podcast, was one thing I wish I knew. I wish I knew social media ad marketing when I jumped off the porch. Like from before my first episode. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew
why.
For a brighter scope, I'm always thinking about. So okay, I like videos more than I like pictures, because what a video can tell me is how many people saw it. A picture is not gonna tell me how many people saw it. It's gonna tell me how people liked it.
All
right,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I did maybe 2-3 weeks worth of promotion. I did a solid month worth of promotion before my first episode. But on my first episode, and then I did a solid 3 weeks. The last post I made before I went live, I got 20 likes. But because of all the promotion I did already, I had over 100 live listeners on my first episode. You know what I'm saying? Over 100 live listeners. But those Instagram likes wouldn't have showed you to expect that type of turnaround. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On a picture, so my thing is always the scope. I want a wider scope. I need folks to know Shop Talk with Gavo and Cali. I need, all through New York. I need Memphis. I like and so I've had people. I got people who listen across seas. You know, people that's sprinkled in different military bases and stuff like that. Family in Jamaica. So I get a few different international plays and stuff like that. But I just want a brighter scope. My logo, my cousin drew. She was 16 at the time. She was 16. She drew my logo.
That's hard. Keeping it all in the family.
I ain't had to pay nobody. I could. I'm like, I
So
don't.
broken like, no, you got to pay me for this.
Listen.
I told her she a stakeholder. She a stakeholder.
Who's some of your inspirations for radio?
Inspirations. Of course, I gotta go with the infamous DJ Double O Key, Mr. Michael Soul. Let's see, my man G Smooth.
Hey, shout out to G Smooth.
Yeah,
that's my dog.
Shout out to the big homie G Smooth. We always kicking game. We always kicking shit. Let's see, outside of the city, Charlamagne the God, Incognito. Incognito used to be in Columbus.
I remember.
Incognito right now he's in Atlanta, and he's also, his show is I think it's in like Ohio and a few other states. Same time, you know what I'm saying? But it's a few different pockets of people. Let's see, I fuck with Funk Flex because of his longevity, and the people who are inspiring to me are those who've had long-lasting careers. And radio taught me that talk is cheap. So talking on the radio is cool. You know what I'm saying? You think Charlamagne, now the Breakfast Club, so this is how I want to put it in retrospect. The Breakfast Club does a great job of entertaining people. But if Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God, and DJ Envy didn't have all the skills that they have to do everything else in the background that they do, they wouldn't get paid the big bucks that they do.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You think a song is going through anybody else besides DJ Envy over there? A song?
Nah, cause you know of course you know he was a DJ. He's a DJ first and foremost. So DJ the Key and Soul. So Michael Soul is he's a worker bee. Like Michael Soul don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Key don't stop. And also learning these people, they're humans. You know what I'm saying? They're real people with real families and do a lot more than just radio. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that yes, they're committed, they do this, they do that. Definitely support their brands. And also one thing I love the most about of course D30 Radio is black owned. One thing I love the most about Foxy 105 also is that it's black owned. Davis Broadcasting is a black owned company. Every time I walk in the buildings, I feel like I'm back at a home cookout. It's like a family reunion every time I walk in the building. that's hard.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna walk around the corner, find some people talking shit. You're gonna walk around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Find some people, you know, it's gonna feel like a family cookout. You know what I mean? And I've never worked for a black owned company. Probably until I got with the radio station, and then basically I acquired the manager position with D30 Radio 2020. So not until like the past 2 years or so now I work for a black owned company.
Right.
And it makes a difference.
I'm sure.
What does success look like for Gavo?
Success looks like my voice on the radio forever. They let me in the building. That's where they let me in the building. My voice is gonna be on the radio forever. Now, Foxy 105 is gonna. I'll be at Foxy as long as they'll have me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be podcasting as long as I can breathe. As long as I can breathe, I'll be podcasting. But success, man, success is more streams of income. I have 3 jobs right now, but I need more streams of income. Success is more money for less time.
that's my success, and also being able to move at my own time on my own time. Now, if I have how I'm looking into the future is, I have a show, I have of course my podcast, which I can finagle and work that into whatever time of the day of the week. But I'll be on the radio. Where, how, what time period, who knows? But I'll also be a business owner for me to be able to sustain my life. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, because my whole thing is, I can't focus on one thing. I can't just do one thing. And coming into radio, I knew it wasn't going to pay all my bills, or you know what I'm saying, or maybe I'm a part-time. So, and it's also I've seen a lot of opportunity. I'm a part-time radio personality, but I'm only allocated one day out the week. But you've heard me, or I've been on the air at any time. I've done overnight, I've done the morning, I've done midday, and I've done the night. So, and I'm not. They don't give that. Those opportunities just don't come to just whoever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Success is hard. Success is hard for me to describe, but it's I want to. And I was thinking about this earlier. I'm not trying to be the biggest, most famous guy. I'm really not. I want to be humble. I want to have my family, and I want to be living good. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have crazy. I do want some M's, but I don't have to have I don't have to live no crazy. I don't want to I don't want to live a rapper lifestyle. I don't. I promise you, I don't. I'm too I want to be too regular for that. I want to be able to walk in the grocery store.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what success was like for me. And success was like me and my wife, our daughter, living happy.
How has married life changed you as a man?
Changed me as a man?
Or has it? Has it enhanced? Has it?
Married life keeps me on my toes, and it brought a whole lot of structure to my life. Simply because I'm in somewhat of a routine now. You know what I'm saying? And having my daughter, it makes me have to be a whole lot more responsible with my time, with my money, and my space, because my space is her space. You know what I'm saying? So can't just have anybody just in the crib or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Can't just take her anywhere or whatever. But I love it. I'm not. I love going home. Like that's why I was like, bro, you sure you want to do 9? Like, it's kind of late, but
listen, I understand. I be at the crib all the time.
Yeah, trust me. Like I love it though, cause it's requiring more of me, and I'm not a comfortable. I don't like get comfortable and be stagnant and stuff like that. Like, I have to be moving towards something, and it's helping me be more responsible, helping me man the fuck up. Like, if we want to, you know what I'm saying, if we want me to be like straight with you, you know what I'm saying, we want me to be straight with you, shit, it's requiring a lot of me. It's requiring a lot of me, and I need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need it.
Because they go from you to them.
Yeah. They go from, and man, I've probably always had at least 2 jobs. Like when I left Advance, I was still able to go back and work whenever I felt like it for like a year and another year and a half after I officially left. And then once I got on the radio, that shit was a dub. So I wasn't going back. I wasn't going back in Advance. But the hustle, it gave me more. It added more to my why. You know what I'm saying? Because I would work multiple shifts in a day. You know what I'm saying? I might go from 8:30 to 5:30 at the Palms, leasing apartments. I might get a phone call 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Hey, can you cover tonight? 7 to 12. Okay. All right.
So you still at the Palms?
I'm still leasing apartments. Yeah, man. So if you're looking for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom situation, go ahead and call me at 706-323-1800. Ask for Gavo.
Hey, Just like that.
Hey man, you heard the man.
So yeah, a lot of people don't be knowing. They be like, so when do you sleep? Or I mean, trust me, I get my sleep, but I can't not hustle, bro. Like that shit whack. Sitting around, I'm gonna say sitting around is whack, but it's like, yo, I get bored.
Yeah.
And I learned.
That'll be the name of the episode. You know what I'm saying?
I get bored.
I get bored.
No, for real. I get bored. So, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, working extra hours and stuff like that if I know to add up later. But I'm not just gonna work just to work if it's not gonna make sense. Like, I'm not gonna pick up an extra hour here and an extra hour 2 weeks from now. That's not gonna do me no good.
Right.
But yeah, right now I have 3 jobs and I'm looking for more income.
Of course, you know, we do our research.
Mm-hmm. I told you had notes. I told you had notes.
You
he done seen the notes over there.
I peeped the hat.
Are you okay?
Big Brooklyn.
No, I'm not talking about that hat, but shout
What
out. I want to know, do you have ties with Epic Records?
Oh, nah.
He capping.
You beat the hat. Where did I? Oh, okay. The other day. Yeah, no, that's just nice. That's a nice hat. Actually, they send, so those record labels might send different stuff to the radio station.
Oh, okay.
With music, you know what I'm saying? Like I got you remember when Future dropped The Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 8-ball. He created 8 balls that, you know, you can shake up.
Yeah.
Woo-doo-woo.
And it'll say.
Mm-hmm. That was it. Leave Me Alone. You remember that song? Who did that? Leave Me Alone. Flip De Niro. He sent buttons that said "Leave Me Alone." That you put that like that push
right.
button. Mm-hmm.
That's hard.
So
Perks of being in radio.
yeah, it was a good job gift. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a gift from DJ Double O Key that he gave me. He didn't have to give me that hat. You know what I'm saying? And it's not everybody at the station didn't get one. So, you know what I'm saying?
Pop that shit.
Probably.
I was just saying. So I'll pull that one out the tuck every blue moon. But yeah, man, it's a few perks now. It's definitely a few perks, but it ain't for the weak.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
I'm sure, even though you've only been working a short time at the radio, you've met a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still like fan out over certain celebrities?
Nah. I just like to be sure of who's there when I get there. You know, who's supposed to be there. So if I know Waka Flocka and Tammy's coming into town, then okay, all right, I'm gonna see Waka. I'm gonna see Tammy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see his wife Tammy. Woo doo woo.
Who have you fanned out over? Even if it's just to yourself, like you calm and collected, but in your head you like, wow, this is.
Let me think, bro. Cause I've seen a few people, but I came into the radio 2019 September 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time March hit, it's been COVID.
Yeah.
So we ain't been able to do a lot of the stuff that we would have normally done. We would have normally been able to do.
Right.
Cause that shit came in right before March Madness. I was gonna be at March Madness.
Right.
For sure. I was gonna be backstage for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit hit right before then. Let's see. I met Dre from Power, and that was like right before I started at the station.
Rotimi.
Yeah, Rotimi. I met Rotimi, and because I was on a real power kick at that time, so it was like, oh shit, man, let's get this picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woo, woo. So that was probably like the first time I met a celebrity through the station. Let me see. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You know, just out of curiosity, you being in media,
Yeah.
and us being in media as well.
Right.
What's a question you would have asked yourself that we didn't ask you?
Mm.
Wow.
We potting now.
Well, I guess we did ask it, because I always ask like who is such and such. So you could ask me, who is Gavo? Yeah, well, I'll answer. Who is Gavo? Right? Gavo he's an entertainer. He's a man of God. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a philanthropist. He's a broadcaster. I like to consider myself to be a stand-up guy. I'm not with no bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm not gonna play with niggas. I'm not gonna. Trust me. I'm not gonna. No, I mean, I talk my shit now when it's time to joke and have fun now. But I'm not gonna be trying to shuck and jive and get over on niggas and stuff like that. Let me see. Is there anything else that I would? You could have asked me, is there something you ever done anything stupid on the radio? You ever did something you weren't supposed to do? Yeah.
What have you done?
I played some dirty music before listening to it. It was I accidentally played a song that was dirty, assuming it was clean. That's number one rule in radio. If you get music sent to you, listen to it.
Yikes.
Listen to it before you play it on air. Because the artist can tell you, they can send you thinking it's clean. Because I got that. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. And then it wasn't clean. Or, that's the part I'll say. Or, sometimes, you might accidentally skip over a song. Or, so it's I can't get too much sauce. But it's like, it's an automation to it, and then there's a manual setting, right? If you got it in manual, when it needs to be in automation, that turns into dry air. I'm sorry, dead air. Dead air is bad for business. Dead air means you don't hear anything on the radio. When you don't hear something on the radio, something's wrong.
Yeah.
There's always supposed to be some type of something.
I've definitely seen that, or heard that before.
Yeah, me too.
Like, but it ain't nothing going on. You start switching the station.
Yeah, something's wrong. Somebody stepped out. Somebody went to the bathroom. Mix done ended. Commercial didn't play. The sound was pulled all the way down. Random stuff, bro. Random stuff.
That's nuts.
Is it aggravating when artists come to you and be like, bro, can you play my song on the radio?
No, it's not aggravating. It's what's aggravating to me is when you see me live on my Facebook, because I know you see me because that's why you hit me, and ask me, do I work at the radio station? When I'm live on Facebook at the radio station, I'm not responding.
You tagged the radio station.
Thank you. I tagged the radio station. I said it, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. I said let's do the whole spiel. That's the only thing that pisses me off.
You heard me say we live at
That first thing
exactly. You already know Team Radio, whoop de whoop. Let's see. Is it I haven't gotten too much of it, but it's certain artists that I've built relationships with. Where they send me music to hear what I think, or you know what I'm saying, not even just to play. Or they'll send me music because like that Baby Sosa. Shout out to my big homie Baby Sosa. Shout out to the boy Baby Sosa. I had that Money Shot remix before it hit Apple Music.
So you better pop your shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I had it. You know what I mean? It was the radio edit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, so you had it like ready to.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends, but I'm not gonna knock anybody, right? But it's if you want, so people, and the number one question, right? How do I get my song on the radio? To be honest with you, you'll come out better if you had a relationship with a DJ, a mix show DJ, because we have no choice but to play whatever's in his mix, because it's all in there. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And then that's really how music spreads is through DJs, man.
Now,
You still think that?
for sure. I know it. I still see it. So we got my shout to the big homie DJ Cotton. I got DJ Cotton, right? We got DJ Brad. Then there's also DJ Crazy C. They all do separate mixes for my boy Nick the Kid on the Tri-City Turn Up. And you'll hear different pockets of music that's in their music that's not in our system, or that didn't get emailed to me or to the radio personality, but the DJ got it. I can't fight with the DJ while he's mixing. So you know what I'm saying?
That's a really big gem.
Right.
That's a really big gem.
I don't know if people like lost that, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is, but yeah, you can hit up the radio station. Okay, so this is where you might be missing the kicker, right? When you send it to the radio station, like it needs to already be moving. It needs to be motion behind that already. So if they're not looking for you in the club, because the club's a great way too. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people rapping. If the city can rap your ish word for word, it's probably gonna make it to the radio at some point. If it's a clean version, if you make a clean version, like shout out to YSN Trap. I seen YSN. I met YSN Trap and Solid. DJ Double O Key interviewed him back when he had the freestyle, where he had that one freestyle everybody in the club knew, rapping word for word, you know what I'm saying? And not them boys gone, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, so it's like you can't come to me, send me music you don't even promote. Send me music nobody's promoting.
Right.
So how much? Because the first thing my boss is gonna ask me is, who is this? You know, then I'm like, oh well, let me send his Instagram, or let me woo the woo. You know what I'm saying? But if it's good music, I'm gonna say it don't have to necessarily be a hit. We're not gonna say we only playing platinum diamond records. No. But it has to be good music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And definitely don't send in music that's not mixed. And please do not send somebody. Okay, there was an experience where somebody tried to email me. They emailed me links to their Apple Music. I'm not listening to your. If you want, I'm a radio DJ. If you want me to listen to your music, I need MP3.
Yeah.
I need the audio file.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We not. Nobody's gonna play your Spotify. Nobody's gonna play your SoundCloud link. Nobody's gonna play that Apple Music link on the radio. It's not happening. And the system's not even built for that. Like, it don't work like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is real audio. Like, you might not be putting in tapes no more, or on the ones and twos.
Right.
But we need the actual audio, and some people be missing it.
When it's all said and done, man, what do you want to be remembered by?
I want to be remembered for my work ethic, for being a stand-up guy. I try not to do nobody dirty. I try not to involve myself in no shady business. And I want to be remembered for, let's see.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered for believing in. So like I'm not necessarily a motivational speaker, but I push positivity.
Right.
I'm not a negative type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I come up with my word of the day, or I come up with my different pockets, my different facets. Like I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna motivate you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep you in that. I wanted to be remembered for being optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, glass is always half full. You know what I'm saying? So that's primarily what I want to be remembered for. But definitely my work ethic. I think it's at the end of the day, and I think up until now it's shown. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can remember the different skits and stuff like that, and just like, you know, you said, oh, podcasts, you know, can resonate. You know, when you think of podcasts, my show resonates with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, I'm the first podcast they ever heard of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In different facets, and it is going to continue to be like that in different pockets for different things. But I appreciate all of it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of it. I'm just here to put out good content. I'm not here to be on no bullshit. I'm trying to give out good content, and my views are important to me, but I don't have to. I'm okay with not having to express all of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I should. You know, I don't think I'm a sellout just because I've never said. Now I can say it because he's not in office no more. But since he's been in office, I never said the word Trump on my show, ever. Like I never said Trump, just because I didn't want to shine no light on him.
Yeah.
It's a few different things I've just like. It's just null and void for me.
That's hard, man. This was a really great episode, bro.
For sure.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Thank you, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself, bro.
Yeah, man. This was cool. My wife is gonna be like, okay, when you coming home?
She probably already done text you.
Oh yeah.
But it's all good, man. How we like to end the show. I want you to do it.
Talk to me, big homie.
I say we do it like this, man. Same way. Top 5 radio personalities.
Top 5 radio personalities. Okay. We're gonna go. I'm gonna get some blowback from this, but I'll deal with that later. Top 5.
This your top 5. This ain't nobody else's.
Yeah. Top 5 radio personalities. I'm gonna go number 1, Tom Joyner.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go.
That's a GOAT.
That man did 2 separate radio shows in 2 different cities for years.
And he had an album. He had an album.
Yeah.
Like my dad had.
Yeah.
TV shows. That man was the GOAT, bruh.
I'm gonna go Tom Joyner. Charlamagne the God.
Okay.
Charlamagne the God's a staple. A lot of people, and my thing is, the reason why people don't like him or have issues with him is just because they don't know how to be what's the word? Elusive. And you gotta be. I can look at both sides of the spectrum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to think. 3 more.
Only got 3.
Okay.
Tom Joyner, Charlamagne.
I'm gonna do Ink because Ink's out the roof. Incognito's out the roof.
Okay.
And I'm linking with him to, you know, you need peers, you need people to look up to and stuff like that.
Who? Keep going, and I'm gonna ask you one more question.
Okay. And then I'll go with Michael Soul and DJ Double Key.
Okay. City.
My program director and assistant program director.
That's hard. Last question, man. Do you have any mentors?
I have. Well, Key's a mentor. Me and Double O Key got the same birthday. Crazy enough.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, me and DJ Double O Key got the same birthday, June 3rd. So we get each other on a lot of things, and you know what I'm saying. Michael Soul, y'all will be amazed, how he talks on those videos, and that's how he talk. That's how he talk. It might get a little realer, depending on certain areas, but he's definitely somebody I've been leaning on. I have a mentor that has been with me since the 5th grade. His name is Brother Marcus, Mr. Marcus Fleming. I appreciate you. And he was the officiant at my wedding.
Man, that's dope.
So, and now he's just always been in my corner as a male figure. pushing me if I ever, you know, and it's like, it's never been pushy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, we got to do this together, we got to do that together. But it's like, you know, if you need me whenever, however, just call. And it's never been no, where you been, or how'd you get to this point, or it was just like, all right, we're here right now. What do you plan to do moving forward?
Right. All right, man. Well, once again, bro, we appreciate you for being on the show.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
You know, you a staple, bro, and we want to give you your flowers while you're here.
I appreciate that, especially this is the, and it's crazy enough, this is the month Shop Talk turns 3. Shop Talk with Gavo, I started in January, but I didn't do my first episode till February. So I normally celebrate after, you know, in February and whatnot. My lady was just asking me what I'm gonna do. I told her I'm not gonna do shit because, I mean, it's COVID. I might do something slight, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for y'all time, for having me. This was a dope conversation. Look, I Gavo, support I don't know if you want to get a drop or something. I support free gems. I'm telling y'all, come check out free gems. Come check out free gems. Mr. Shop Talk stamps that. I support it. I fuck with it. I'm here for it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come y'all come and have a good convo, you know what I'm saying, with these boys over here at Free Gems. They don't bite. They're not gonna hurt you, and they definitely not going nowhere. So you might as well get in while it's hot. Cause once the grease get to frying, I don't think it's gonna be enough room. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna be enough room. But that's how it be, man. I'm telling you, cause it's a lot of people on that back end. I told you I did a lot of stuff for free. I offered a lot of things for free. Did nobody want to bite? Now when you got more value to you, that's when they want you to do something for free. And you can't. I mean, if I'm in a position to, if we have a certain type of relationship, okay, cool, right? But not when I know I offer something to you for free already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't do it. Or people will try and change your show to fit their needs for you to facilitate it for them. You know, I've gotten presented some stuff in different manners, and I'm just like, that's not Shop Talk. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like what I'm going to tell my supporters. They're going to be looking at me like I'm crazy. So don't stop what y'all doing, fellas. Keep going. Keep trucking. It ain't going to be easy, and it ain't for everybody. It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't for everybody. So everybody can't see it. I'm sure. I remember when I told one of my partners I was gonna start a podcast, and he was like, "Damn, everybody trying to do something now."
That's some hater shit.
It was just you know, everybody not used to stepping out on the ledge. Like, the podcast empowered me. Without Shop Talk, there would have never been a Gavin Henry project. There would have never been a Gavin Henry Enterprises. There would have been a lot of things, just because I wouldn't have felt like I wouldn't have the brand or been at a certain stature to facilitate all of that stuff. But Shop Talk is at the epicenter for a lot for me, on a personal note. You know what I'm saying? So here I am.
Here talking to us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But man, thank you, dog.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt. Yes, sir.
And this concludes another great episode of Free Gems.
Free Gems.
Free Gems Network.